Okay, so you're propped up in a really weird place, and I probably look like I've got a halo, and this isn't my usual attire. What an odd start to this video. Anyway, you know, on this channel I've made the odd video about Tanya, Burr and Jim Chapman, ex kind of YouTube celebrities who used to live in my local city. I've met one of them once, years and years ago when they were like 16. Me and my girlfriend even went to see Tanya in her play in London. Sounds a little bit fanatical, doesn't it? Not really, just a little bit interesting. There's not really much else to do in this city. Anyway, I made a video not that long ago talking about the end of Tanya and Jim's relationship. So they were married, then they got divorced, and it was supposedly amicable. They both said they just kind of drifted apart, which is sort of fair enough. But actually, one of the big things to come out of that last video was a lot of people were very interested to know what happened to Martha, their little sausage dog, and we still don't know. But in a dramatic turn of events, we have a new piece of information about the breakup of their relationship. Really surprising. So what happened? I've got to be very careful what I say, because this information is extremely kind of, I suppose, libellous. I don't know, make up your mind for yourself. And anyway, just actually before I get into this, I am not into all the sort of hate. This is a little bit of gossip, okay? But don't give Jim and his girlfriend any trouble. Don't give Tanya and her boyfriend any trouble. Just leave them alone, basically. Accept the gossip, talk among yourselves, but don't, you know, cause trouble for people, because it ain't nice. And actually, that's how this whole problem has arisen in the first place, as you'll find out. So anyway, what happened? Right, well, Sarah, Jim's fiance, I think, well, they just had a kid together, and basically a troll commented on a picture of their baby on Instagram, and Sarah kind of rose to the bait. And I can kind of understand it. Well, I can completely understand it, actually. I've got a small YouTube channel, and the amount of trolling I've had over the years, it drives you insane, really. It used to be water off a dog's back, but eventually, you know, you just get to the point where any comment that doesn't kind of agree with you and just winds you up a little bit, you just get really annoyed. You know, the best thing to do is to ignore them, but sometimes, you know, you just can't avoid it. And I don't know if these people are like kids that just love trolling, or whether they're sad act old people or older people like me, who, you know, kind of just can't help themselves either. Anyway, somebody commented on this video and saying, basically, your baby would be more attractive had it been Tanya and Jim's baby, had you not stolen Jim from Tanya. Okay, and she basically wrote an Instagram story in response. So this isn't in a blog or anywhere now, it's probably disappeared, but not before two people I know could take a photo of it and send me it to kind of have a think about, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you very much. So basically she said, yeah, you made this comment. I don't want you to make comments like this anymore. It's not appropriate on a picture of my child, which is absolutely true. She said she discussed it with Jim, discussed it with her family, and decided kind of what to do in response, whether just to leave it or to respond. And she decided to respond, which I think is a little bit of a strange decision, as I will get to now. So I'm going to just almost verbatim tell you what was said, because it's kind of, as I said before, a little bit kind of libelous, really. So essentially, she said, yes, Jim and Tanya's marriage did break up due to infidelity, but the infidelity wasn't on Jim's part. So she didn't explicitly accuse anybody of infidelity, but I would say she implicitly accused somebody of infidelity, which, you know, to be honest, it's so obvious, it's kind of like not really worth not saying it, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be sued. It confuses me that she decided to do this. A troll has done something bad, and she's decided to, seems like, take it out on another party altogether. Maybe because those trolls are being trolly because of a problem caused by this other person, if that makes sense. I don't know, a little bit of an odd thing. I wonder if she regretted it a day or two later or not. But I suppose it does kind of clear the air, really, doesn't it? It kind of exonerates Jim completely. And actually, you know, personally, I've got a lot more respect for Jim than I did before as a result of that kind of announcement, because, you know, it's big of him to sort of say, yes, we just drifted apart, if the reasons were actually much more personal and kind of tragic than he actually let on. But I don't think, you know, Tanya is like, you know, a bad guy in all of this. Relationships do just kind of drift apart, don't they, sometimes? And that is what happened. And she may, I'm not saying she did, but maybe she drifted apart, you know, about the time she was in that play, and maybe she met somebody else. Anyway, we got a little bit more information about why their relationship broke up, it seems. I'm not going to post a picture of it, even though I've got 2 copies of it, because, yeah, they may change their mind. I've just realised I've got paint all over there. Oh, it's dust. Go and research it for yourself. I'm sure there's a load of like really kind of vicious forums out there that want to discuss and dissect this in more detail. But something more important than, you know, a relationship that broke up. Will we find out now, maybe, will we get a sort of tit for tat thing here where we find out what happened to Martha? Where is Martha now? We never found out. We were kind of told, were we told she'd gone with a family member or something? We've just never seen Martha ever since. I mean, everybody thinks the worst, you know. Did Martha get put down because they didn't want Martha anymore? Or did Martha get given away to somebody? We just never got that information, and it's a little bit unfair, actually. That is something more than not telling us about the breakup of their relationship, that kind of irks a lot of people, because people, you know, we're a nation of dog lovers, aren't we? We hate to think that a dog has been poorly treated, and poor little Martha, you know, I don't know whether it was really a loving home, whether they liked Martha. They can't like Martha that much because they got rid of her. But yeah, what happened to Martha? Maybe we'll find out soon as a result of this revelation. Maybe Tanya will come along now and say, you ate Martha for lunch one day. I don't know. He probably wouldn't eat Martha. Probably not good for his bodybuilding regime. Anyway, I hope that has been interesting gossip for you. Let me know down below if you're remotely interested in that, or whether you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. I mean, I couldn't really have done a better job of looking any more ridiculous in this video with paint all over this shirt, could I? And my head chopped off at the top. Anyway, it matches the kind of, I suppose, gutter level that I've fallen to in order to make this video, doesn't it, I suppose? Anyway, thank you to my loyal patrons who are scrolling down the screen now. Especially George Foot, Magnanimous Meg, Jennifer Jones, and Rob Van Eden. Do give this video a thumbs up and check out my other Tanya and Jim videos in case you're interested, or my Lego videos if you're interested in those, probably not. Anyway, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!